There have been stories of people eating human flesh. Truth is, against popular belief that anthropophagy, also known as cannibalism, only happened in ancient times and has faded away with the advent of civilization, cannibalism is still practiced in some parts of the world, and it is not considered a crime. One of such places is Japan. Japan is a country of exotic gastronomy, much of it consumed raw till date. Raw beef, liver, human flesh, and foie gras have all been served in popular restaurants in Japan. It was even rumored on the internet that the city of Tokyo had recently seen the opening of a restaurant operating under a Japanese name meaning edible brother that serves human flesh to customers. However, this was later declared false by Mexican news site Verni after confirming from a representative of Japan embassy in Tokyo that there was no such thing. But there's no smoke without fire. Just as we thought that was the last case of cannibalism, the story of Sugiyama, a young man that served up his genitals, surfaced. Mao Sugiyama is a 29-year-old self-acclaimed asexual who had his penis and scrotum surgically removed in early April 2012, shortly after turning 22. However, in a bid to recover some bit of money from the exorbitant bills he had to pay for the surgery, Sugiyama decided to take his frozen genitalia home from the hospital and use them as ingredients in an underground dinner party. When asked why he did that, Sugiyama admits, "I never felt comfortable with my male physiology, so I had my genitals removed. But the surgery was so expensive, so I decided to get back some of the money by throwing the event." Sugiyama used Twitter to search for potential buyers. On his Twitter page, Sugiyama had tweeted, "Please retweet. I'm offering my male genitals, full penis, testes, and scrotum as a meal for 100,000 yen or $1,250. I am Japanese. The organs were surgically removed at age 22. I was tested to be free of venereal diseases. The organs were of normal function. I was not receiving female hormone treatment. The length at full erection was 16.1 centimeters or 6.3 inches. First interested buyer will get them, or I will also consider selling to a group who will prepare and cook as the buyer requests at his chosen location. If you have questions, please contact me by DM or email." What's more depressing was that this post racked up a massive followership. A 24-year-old female dancer saw the tweets and suggested the dinner idea party to Sugiyama. She even helped him plan it. Exactly 2 months after the tweet, Sugiyama held a banquet complete with musical entertainment, a panel, and lastly the main course, which was served with a button mushroom garnish. The event itself held at an event space in the Tsuchinami ward of Tokyo, with around 70 people in attendance. Sugiyama was sporting a chef's outfit when he sorted his genitals with mushroom and then garnished them with parsley in front of the attendees. He cooked on a portable gas cartridge burner under the supervision of a cook. 5 lucky diners who had to pay 20,000 yen, $250, for the once-in-a-lifetime meal were served the finished dish. The 5 diners included a curious couple, a male manga artist, a young woman who was 22-year-old at the time, and an event planner. The other attendees were served beef and crocodile meat. Regrettably for the diners, the special meal was underwhelming. Some described the penis as having a rubbery texture and bland taste. When J. Kenji Lopez, managing culinary director of Serious Eats, read about the less than satisfying entree, he wrote to Calorie Lab saying, "The chef didn't cook it right. What a waste of a perfectly good penis. Penis is pretty tough and needs to be slow cooked, either sous vide or in a braise." After the event, Sugiyama posted pictures of the meal to his blog, but removed them shortly after based on privacy concerns, though they can still be found on other internet sources. Many worried citizens filed complaints to the Sujinami police. The mayor confirmed the concerns, saying many residents of Sujinami and elsewhere have expressed a sense of discomfort and feeling of apprehension over this. The Tokyo District Public Prosecutor's Office received criminal papers against Mao Sugiyama and his 3 accomplices. Conversely, since cannibalism isn't illegal in Japan, Sugiyama couldn't be arrested for cooking and serving his genitals. However, An indecent exposure charge was filed by the ward government for Tokyo Sujinami, where the cannibal snack was served. A police source reports that the dishes were prepared in a way that left the original forms of the organ almost unrecognizable and decidedly asexual, making the obscenity charge hard to stand up. Sugiyama made super sure he didn't violate any laws, including a ban on organ sales, processing of medical waste, and food sanitation requirements in his country. He asserted that the event was artistically motivated and designed to raise awareness on sexual minorities, ex-gender, asexual people. Sugiyama also had removed his nipples. According to reports, he fantasizes being so asexual to the extent that he could walk around in transparent clothes. After much media hype and attention on the despicable act, the notoriety eventually dwindled and the charges were reportedly dropped in February 2013. Now, let's examine the action of Sugiyama. How can a young man who barely knows the ways of the world decide to remove his manhood and serve it up as a dish? Is it a case of nulo or smoothie, which is short for genital nullification, refers to an extreme body modification subculture made up mostly of men who have had their genitals and sometimes also their nipples surgically removed. Nulos are not transgender. They are categorized as eunuchs and are often either asexuals or submissive homosexuals. Though the procedure is mostly done by men, there are women who willingly have their vagina stitch closed and clitoris removed. Also, taking into consideration Japan's legal stand on cannibalism, is he really liable to face criminal charges for voluntarily cooking up his genitals in front of an audience who are there of their own volition and feeding them to paying customers? This is really a tough call, but at least we are comforted that Mayo Sugiyama has rendered himself physically incapable of becoming a repeat offender. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Share your opinion in the comments.